Hey everybody, so we are at the Ozark, Alabama, Fort Rucker KOA. You're looking at basically the entire campground. It's a pretty small campground. I think they have a total of 29 campsites, and it was raining when we got here. And so basically we left Destin a day early on our way back toward North Carolina. And we decided that we wanted to spend the night in Alabama so we could get the Alabama flag. So basically we collect all the different flags for the states. It's one of the things that like full-timers do. So this is their pool that they have. It's a pretty small pool. I did not go in the pool, so I don't know a whole lot about it other than this is their pool. It looks clean. And it was at the entrance. And like I was saying, there's only 29 campsites here, plus the long-term ones. So I think we had the longest site that they had, and this is the site right here. You can see that it's like really kind of like narrow. It seemed like kind of close to the other camper. So anyway, the interesting thing that they had here was a koi pond. I don't remember going to any other KOA ever, or any other campground actually, other than that had a humongous koi pond. This is a koi pond. It seemed like all the koi were over here on the right side, hiding in the shade. I didn't see a whole lot of them, but maybe they had more koi. But yeah, there are actually koi and goldfish and everything down here. So it was kind of interesting that they had a this humongous mammoth koi pond. And like I said, we came here just to get the state. We didn't get come here to actually go to Fort Rucker or do anything in the area. And I was not aware of any kind of things in the area specific to do. So the campground is right off this main road. You make a right turn to get into the campground. And when we first came in, we actually came in the other way. You want to come in my mind, you want to come in right here. You can go up a little bit further and make a right turn, but then you have this kind of like this other hard turn that you have to make. So to the left there, that's the way that you get into the campground. You check in. However, if you see that the registration is full, you can come kind of in this back way and get in. So it is kind of nice that they have this this kind of back way that you can get in to the campground and not get stuck behind like people that are in registration. Some other campgrounds I've been to, you get stuck behind people that are registering, and it gets a little frustrating trying to just get back to your stuff. And so we're coming back from dinner. We went off and found some food to eat, and then came back. Like I said, we were here just to get the Alabama State. That was a pool on the right, and there was a cabin there. The road in front of me goes to the long term. This is the regular part of the campground where you would camp, and basically you can just go straight, and they have those little kind of forks. And that is a site there on the right. You can see these sites. They look pretty nice to me. I mean, they are on pads. They're flat. There's only a handful of them. There's only like 29 of them. Like it's not like this is a humongous campsite. And I don't know of really anything to do specifically around this area. Like there's not like I'm not aware of a big national park or a monument to go to or anything like that. I mean, this is just the middle of Alabama. But yeah, it seemed pretty nice to me. And they pulled us in with not pulled us in. We followed a golf cart in, just like you always would. And the site that we're in is right here on the right hand side, right between those two buses. And I will get there it is right there. That was our camper there. So anyway, I will get some little footage for us of kind of getting into some of the different sites so you can see them. But I wanted to just let you get an idea of since they have so few sites, what all the different sites look like. And this is kind of a good perspective that you can see them there. It seems like if you're going to come to Alabama and you need to be in this area, it seems like a pretty nice place to stay, honestly. Mainly because everything is so flat, and almost everything looks like a pull through. It doesn't really look like they have that many pull-throughs. Now, I mean, like I said, the negative was the site that we had seemed like it was awfully close to the other sites around us. Like there wasn't like a whole lot of space between the sites. And then the other thing is they had a thing in the flyer that said they had a lot of ants here, and so to make sure like you spray like the bug spray on the tires and stuff so the ants don't come up on the camper or anything like that. But I mean, there's bugs like no matter where you go. Like it's not like they're the only campground that have some bugs, and it's ants. Like it's not like cockroaches or anything. So anyway, this is the long-term camping area. and we just did a little drive-through back here. The Camp Canine, which is the KOA like area that you take your dog to let him off the leash and like run around, is back here. So we drove back here to kind of check out the Camp Canine and also just to kind of take a look at the long-term camping area. And yeah, some of these sites, they look kind of like they would be super interesting to try to back into and stuff. Fortunately, I mean, we're not long-term camping here. And I think the Camp Canine, I want to say it's like directly in front of us, maybe like slightly to the right. But yeah, it's over there on the right. Is the Camp Canine. There it is right there. It's where the little yellow sign is. That's the Camp Canine. And it's a little fenced area where you can run your dog around. So I actually kind of liked this area a whole lot. I kind of thought this area was a little bit actually nicer than the regular part of the campground. I was like, look how big these sites are. And look how much space there is between these sites. I mean, I was like, wow, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I kind of thought, almost like, I don't know about getting back here and then, turning around and getting out of here. I kind of liked this area of the campground a little bit better than the other area, even though the other area was so immaculate. It felt like the other one was kind of, like I was saying, munched together, where everything was kind of in close proximity. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I sound like I'm nitpicking and stuff a lot, but and yeah, there's a couple houses back here. The houses probably belong to the owners of the KOA, is my guess. And they didn't say that we weren't supposed to be back here, so I was trying to be very courteous and stuff, going back here. But yeah, this is the Ozark, Alabama KOA at Fort Rucker, or right outside of Fort Rucker. So like I was saying, we pretty much hadn't planned to go to Alabama. This was like a last minute thing, and really, I mean, we wanted to just camp in Alabama just for one day, just so we could, get the flag to put on the camper. And the flag thing I'm talking about is, you'll see on the side of a lot of campers like a map of the United States, and then basically you just fill in all the different states. It's kind of like this cool little game, and everybody has like their own different set of rules to what it takes to get to one of those states. And most of the people that have these like rules and stuff with putting the stickers like on, they kind of say like, well, if I drive through the state, that doesn't count. Like if you say drive from Florida to like Pennsylvania, and you spend like a week in Florida and then a week in Pennsylvania, you would accumulate like the Florida sticker and the Pennsylvania sticker. But it wouldn't be fair to like mark the whole East Coast, because you kind of skipped it, sort of, even though you drove through the states. Like it's kind of cheating to do that. So most of the time people say they want to at least stay the night. That's the very minimum. And I mean, we looked around for things to do in the area, and we just didn't really see anything that looked overly interesting. So this was for us like kind of the quickie. So this is an example of one of the sites that you can actually camp in. This is one of the smaller ones, but you can kind of see 2 or 3 of them at a time, because I'm driving through them right now. And I mean, they look very immaculate and very, very well kept. And even the rigs in here, they look pretty nice. That Airstream over there, I think, is probably like a $150,000 or maybe $200,000 Class B little van. I mean, pretty expensive thing. There's a KOA pond on the left, the koi pond, and then the ones on the left were the ultra premium ones. It just means they have like a barbecue grill and some chairs, usually, is what that means. And then this loop that we're coming around on the right was where the longer stuff is. And all of this is one way. They want you to go in a certain way and come out a certain way. And basically the way that we're driving is the one way that you're supposed to do. So this is an example of one of the long sites for like Class A's and fifth wheels and stuff. And as you can see, I mean, a picnic table barely fits between the rigs. So, my chief complaint, I guess, would be just the narrowness of the sites, which is not a whole lot to complain about, but I guess that is something to complain about. So anyway, hopefully this kind of gave you a little bit of insight on this campground that we stopped at, and we'll post more videos of places that we've gone, and it's not just going to be campground reviews. I know there's been quite a few of them, but we're going to actually show you some of the different activities and stuff that we're doing in our life and everything. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe.